Let me mute.
You don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, y'all? Hey, Sis Low.
You don't need Netflix. You don't need cable. Welcome to
Hop
the
on
hood
YouTube.
table.
Welcome to the hood table. Ow. What's
up,
up? How you
dog?
been doing? How you been doing?
I'm her.
You
By the
her?
grace
You
of the
her?
Lord, I'm her.
All right.
I'm her.
All right. I'm her too. I'm her too. You know, it's been a busy season over here for me.
And I got my series in Europe.
Yes,
I got my
yes. You
series
know,
in Europe.
we have supposed to been doing this show about 5, 6, 7, 11 days ago, and I kept rescheduling and rescheduling. So first of all, I want to apologize to our supporters who, you know, probably was like looking forward to the show and was like, what the hell is they doing? Like, hey, life been life, y'all. That's all I gotta say. Right, sis? Life been life.
Life.
Yes, and y'all see we on here late. It's late as a mug, and I'm not gonna try to hold you too much, you know, in my Pentecostal voice because sis, she's an hour ahead, so it's already like 10:45 in her neck of the woods. So we're not gonna try to hold you long, but we definitely want to discuss a little bit about this Nature Boy, episode 3 that was on Hulu. We covered episode 1 on my channel, then we covered episode 2 on Sislow's channel. So we back over here for 3. And then for 4, we're going to go back over to Sislow's channel. But for episode 3, sis, I want to ask you something, sis.
Girl,
for
what up,
episode 3, they titled this episode Fall of God. How do you feel about this person calling himself God?
Well, you know, I call myself a devout Christian. Okay, I believe that in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and I don't believe the Bible says that God says that I'm a jealous God, and I'm not gonna share my supremacy with another. Period. And I think that it's sinful to identify yourself as God, as the supreme deity that we know to be God. To even like if John the Baptist would say to the disciples or to the people that he was ministered to, that there's gonna come one whose shoelaces I'm not even able to latch, then by every certainty,
Mm-hmm.
Nature Boy can't even compare himself to calling himself God, you
Not
know.
at all.
And I think that he actually brought damnation to himself by even
Hmm.
even posing as a God. He's a God with
Right.
little G, but he's not the supreme being, baby.
Right. And you know what? I actually jumped ahead of the gun. Episode 4 is called Fall of God. Episode 3 is called Paradise Lost. But still, I'm glad I asked you
Okay.
that because of the fact we're gonna do episode 4, the last episode on your channel. But just the fact that he called himself God for all those years to all those people. Um, I don't know if you saw it or if you remember because this was before I even knew who a ZX was. ZX in the I think he's from the black sector. He's also affiliated with the beef sector. But somebody had uploaded a very old video of
Mhm.
ZX, like you know how Nature Boy used to be on IG and it would be like two people on the live, somebody be at the top, somebody be at the bottom
Right.
and Nature Boy would be at the top right. So one day, somebody had played a video like a week ago, and ZX had, told Nature Boy he wanted to reach out to him, told him he wanted to donate to the cause and things like that. And when he reached out to Nature Boy, he was telling Nature Boy, I just want to talk to you about being a man. The things that men supposed to do. We did one of the things that ZX had told Nature Boy. He said, as far as a man, I provide for my family, my friends, my kids, my grandkids. He said that's what a man is supposed to do. Men are not supposed to be on social media begging people for money. Like, if this the only way that you can get
I
money,
remember that line.
you remember? Okay, so how do you feel about that? Because Nature Boy was like, "Well, that's your definition of a man. We just gonna have to agree to disagree, and you're just coming on here to try to disrespect me and try to make my followers listen to you and try to, shame me and things like that. Like, I mean, if you're calling yourself God and you're calling yourself a man, why wasn't you taking care of your followers?
Mhm.
Why is it social media and YouTube that's paying y'all bills and feeding y'all and helping y'all travel all around the world when
Well,
y'all get kicked out of another country?
well, according to him being the mastermind and sharing his quote unquote knowledge was him taking care of them. Also, it was him um causing 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 the universe to take care of them with cosmic currency. In other words, with invisible money. Because it was like whatever he was talented enough to do by conning people out of their monies that he was not willing to work for, by the way. Because he didn't feel like he wasn't working. He wasn't gonna hold a 9 to 5 job in Babylon. He was not going to, work a 9 to 5 job because that was the system taking advantage of the black man. And obviously, the black man was not at fault for anything. It was everybody else. Honestly, it was everyone else's fault that he himself had become a failure by his own misdoings. But he was not going to take accountability for that. And it was the same thing with him taking accountability for his family and taking care of his children. Now, he would, in fact, provide for his kids in the sense of sending money, buying them, taking them shopping, and this, that, and the other. But it was never from money that he earned. It was always from money that he got
Right.
somebody else.
Donations. Yeah.
It was always donations.
So how I
Always.
mean that's what's crazy for me, sis Lo, because okay, so you've been married before, I've never been married, but for the people who've been married or the people who have just even been dating, like when you're dating a
Mhm,
man or married to a man, it's like you expect this man to be the man of the house. Um,
mhm.
or if they ain't the man of the house or being the man of the house, you're gonna get rid of their ass sooner or later, right?
You hear me,
And you
girl?
expect them to make sure everything is good. The lights paid, the gas paid, the kids good, our safety, protection, and whoopty woo woo. So it just always baffled me how these people, and I said before to many people that I just don't the mentality of people to fall under these certain type of coasts and then end up in these coasts and end up in the jungle and wherever the hell they was from time to time.
Mhm,
And they, as soon as they got there, sis, like when we're watching the episodes, as soon as they got there, they were immediately, I mean, like 1 or 2 weeks would go by before they like, oh, nah, this some bullshit. This some bullshit, but they stayed anyway. Like I'll never get that type of mentality where you could fall for some type of shit like that. I don't want to shade these people or shame them. You know what I'm saying? But
mhm.
it's just crazy how some people could fall to that type of manipulation.
Girl.
And brainwashing.
And you notice though that everybody that was there and that was going for it, they all were trying to escape something, right? So it was like that everybody was
That's
they were
true. Yep,
looking
that's
for
true. Hmm.
something. And so they were vulnerable. They were vulnerable. And he always attracted himself to that vulnerable type of person. A person that appeared to be easily manipulated, looking for escape, in a bad place in life, running from something, or in some that were even mentally challenged. So, because some of them were, some of them might have been on the spectrum, some of them were bipolar, some of them, and then some of them were highly intelligent. And there was nothing wrong with it. They were just looking for something. And where they were, it wasn't there. Now, I've always been the type of person that like, oh my God, I would love to go and just live in nature. I would love to be able to go and live in nature. But let me tell you one thing that stopped me. If I ran across any type of wildlife or a snake or something, I would turn my tail around and come back home so quick. It'll
Girl,
take your
that's
head.
honey. Do you know a lot of my family live down south, in the Memphis area and Mississippi? And when they talk about, I mean, even when my mother was alive, rest in peace, and she talked about like the wildlife, the snakes, and how they even like my great grandmother. Let me see, my grandmother. Yeah, my great grandmother. Her house is still down south, and in
Mhm.
Mississippi, and it's been like remodeled over the years. But before she passed
Right.
away, the outhouse was still in the backyard, and my mother used to tell me how they would be scared, like a snake was gonna come out the toilet in the outhouse, or like
Right
no,
up
I
the
don't,
well.
no, I don't need no, nope, nope. I am perfectly like if I go camping. Let me tell you, sis Lo, if you say hood table, would you like to go camping? I'm gonna say, are we gonna be in a cabin? I'm
Oh,
not gonna be in
listen,
no
I was gonna
tent.
be in an RV. Are we gonna be in an
RV?
RV?
Thank you. A RV, a cabin. Thank you. Oh, we definitely gonna have an RV. But I'm just saying, I need a cabin. I need a toilet that flushes and everybody can't smell what's going on. I need like my privacy. I need running water. I need electricity. No, I
I
can't
need
do
a
that camping
shower.
where you just out there like nature boy. And that's the fucked up shit about it. He came off making people think that he was gonna be living out in nature and all this shit, but they had whole houses, like beautiful, nice ass houses
Right.
that was
But they
running
couldn't
water and
use the
electricity and
toilet.
was making them shit in the garden,
What making them poop in the garden and eat?
making them poop on
No,
the tomatoes, and they got a whole
girl.
bathroom. You know what?
No, they weren't pooping on the tomatoes, boo. The
They was
tomatoes
using
were
the poop
made
for
for
the
their
tomatoes.
poop. No, their poop. The
Oh
seeds
yeah,
were
the
seeds
tomatoes
that
was
they
just
had
growing out their
used.
poop. Yeah, okay, okay.
Yes. So they were like, I don't want none. I don't want none of your salad.
But you know what? You know what? I never lived on a farm, but I do know that a lot of things that are grown come from animal fertilizer. Now, human fertilizer,
Okay.
I don't know if there's a difference between human poop and animal poop when it comes to fertilizing. I don't know. I
And
don't
what I don't know won't hurt me. Long as you ain't telling me where that came from,
know.
I don't know.
Thank you,
And I
Brown
don't
Beauty. Hey. Hey, Brown Beauty, and hey, Vibrant. Hey, y'all. Brown Beauty said he wasn't even growing his own garden. Child, you know what? You know what? You know, they hit on Solar in episode 3, Cislo. They hit on Solar in episode 3,
you said what
Courtney.
now?
In episode 3, they that's when they brought in Solar.
Uh,
In episode 3, Courtney, aka Solar from San Diego. He started to tell his story in
yes,
episode 3. Yeah, Solar. The crazy thing about it was Solar said when he came across Nature Boy's videos, he heard Nature Boy say, "You don't realize that you are in prison, that you are in captivity, but the only person that's holding you there is you. So you are enslaving yourself." And just like others before him, he really believed that Nature Boy was really speaking directly to him. Let me tell you something, Sislo. You know what that reminds me of? Every time these people that join the cult say it felt like he was talking to me, you know what that remind me of, Sislo?
mm,
I'm gonna
what's
allow
that?
you to guess. I'm gonna allow you to guess first, and if you can't guess, I'll just fill you in.
Yeah, you gonna have to. Yeah, because it's late. Part of
Okay. How
my
about
mission.
how about back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, all those preachers on the cable networks
Uh,
and people who sitting at home feeling like the pastor is talking to them when they
oh
say
yeah, 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 yeah.
a hundred
Right,
thousand,
I got you.
send 1,000, send 5,000, reach down in your
Oh
pocketbook.
yeah,
The Lord is telling you to send us some money. That's what that reminds me
mhm.
of those
I got you.
pastors.
I got
Man,
you.
you sitting at home thinking, well, I got this going on and I got bills and I need a job and my man cutting up and my kid, getting kicked out.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yep. I know exactly what you're saying.
Fighting technique. Nature Boy was extremely good at the gaslighting technique to make it seem like what he was saying was actually what you were thinking or what you know how gaslighting works.
Exactly.
People
Yeah.
say something and it would make you feel like you thought of it or that's your idea or you came to that conclusion or when it's somebody else instilling that shit in your mind.
Yeah. And he's very swift with words.
Yeah.
He's very intelligent. Like he's very swift with words, and he knows he can talk. He's a good salesman. He's a good salesman. He has a good sales pitch for
Oh, he could
everything.
definitely sell you a lemon when it comes to cars. He could definitely sell you a lemon.
Girl, he can sell you your own stuff
Girl.
and make a
Mm-hmm.
profit, and can convince you why the profit, why you should be more than excited to give him
Mm-hmm.
a profit on your stuff.
That's gaslighting 101.
Yes, girl, but listen, he takes 101 and make it look like 1,000. I'm telling you. And
Girl,
and
just a mess.
that's why people were so interested, because he sold them paradise. He sold them a bill of goods and made them believe it. You notice when he said in one of the videos, he said, we're going to bail out our food. We came to the market, to the farmers market, to bail out our food, to bond out our food. He's saying that because he's saying that they shouldn't have to pay for something that was grown from the earth. But that's manipulation right there. Because what he's not considering is the farmer had to purchase the seed. The farmer had to have the land to plant the seed. The farmer had to work that land. He had to harvest the goods of the land and prepare it. And then he had to carry it from point A to point B to the marketplace. So is not a workman worthy of his hire? Should not that farmer make something from it? Even in the biblical days, even if they didn't pay money, they bartered. They did an
Mm-hmm.
exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And whether the widows or what have you had money or not, it was the community's responsibility to take care of the widows. So there was always an exchange of either goods and services or money. You build me a house, and I'll make sure that your family has wheat for the entire year. Okay, you give me wheat, and I'll make sure that you have candles to light your homes at night.
Mm-hmm.
You give me candles, and I will make you garments to cover or blankets to stay warm.
Mm-hmm.
You give me a cow for milk, and I will give you a lamb to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're
Everybody
right.
had an exchange for something, but you got to pay something for something. He's thinking that you
Absolutely.
just need to walk in the earth because he is who he is and not have to pay for anything. And that is called
Mm-hmm.
entitlement.
Yeah, he did feel entitled. Like, you know what, Brown Beauty, you are absolutely right. Gaslighting, trauma bonding, and love bombing. That's exactly what he did to Velvet, and I feel that's what he did to a lot of other women too in the cult. One thing I want to say is that, you know, when it comes to Nature Boy, now when you're looking at Nature Boy, just take out the cult behavior, take out the beatings, take all that out. When he first came on the scene, he seemed like a really attractive young man, you know, whatever. But once he got this cult going and he realized, see, that's why I think a lot of the abuse began, Sislo, and I could be wrong. But I think a lot of the abuse began because a lot of them women didn't want to be with him. They didn't find him attractive. They, like, a lot of the women who were coming to the cult, they were talking to other guys in the cult before they even got there. Just like
Yeah,
Velvet when she got with what's his name?
Omac, Omac,
Omac. Just
oh,
like when she got to
yeah.
Omac and Nature Boy started love bombing her, just like they're saying in the chat, he started love bombing her and making her
He
believe.
manipulated.
Yeah.
He manipulated. And let me tell you
Manipulated her because
how they
Bill,
do it.
a lot of them women said we never wanted to be with him. We wanted to be with the other guys. And I think Nature Boy felt some type of way that a lot of these women didn't want to be with him. So he
Mhm.
would abuse them and degrade them and manipulate them. And then have the other
Yes.
men thinking, like, girl, what do you think about this? He had the other men thinking they need to get with trans women so he can have all the real women.
Well, let me tell you how that went. That's not quite how it went. Okay. Okay, say True, for example. True and Sheba were married in real life. They got married in real life after when they went after they got deported from uh Hawaii. They went to Vegas and they got married partially because they figure if you're married, you can't testify against your husband for wrong he had done. Because see, now you gotta realize by then he had been to jail in Puerto Rico, Honduras, um, Costa Rica, and they had raided the house in Mexico. So he had been through back and forth. So when he came back, he was like, okay, he ain't got beat. People that ran off and people were starting to talk. So now I better, maybe if we get married, our women can't don't have to testify against us in court if for beating on them and this and that. Because now True was beating on Sheba too, because that's what he was told that he had to do, keep his woman in line. Okay. Also, that was Nature Boy's way of saying, oh, you can't talk about me because you beat your wife too. And that's the type of person he was. He would manipulate them into doing something and then turn around and say, you can't talk about me because you do it too. Not be only because they were being obedient, because True was one of the faithfulest people he had. He was one of his generals. But at any rate, they got married, but he would still take True's wife as one of his wives. After they had a baby together, he was still sleeping with her. And True couldn't do nothing about it. He was told, this is what you do. I'll take your wife when I want to. She my wife now. And then we felt like they should be back together, they will go back together. But in the meantime, at one point in time, he had all the wives to himself, except for the ones that he wasn't attracted to. So when that trans woman came in the house, there was one woman, one trans woman, and they was all sleeping with her because
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't that she was Nature Boy's new wife as they was marketing it to be. They were using her, and they were having her their way, however they wanted to, going straight down the line, and that's no lie. They were lined up in the line, waiting for this trans woman to please each and every last one of them, and that's what that was all about. That wasn't that they made them be with trans women because of this, that, and the other. No, they did that because he did that because he wanted he gave them an opportunity to get some pleasure because he had all their wives and they hadn't had anything. They hadn't been with a woman. And then he would give her one and take it back. And guess what else he did? When he take the woman back, he will beat her for sleeping with the one he gave her to. That's what happened with Aya. I had a black eye. She was riding around with glasses on, sunglasses, because she had a black eye. Velvet, I got pictures of Velvet with busted lips and black eyes. He wouldn't let those women get prenatal care when they were pregnant. Those women didn't get prenatal care. Before he took Velvet to the hospital, he had a midwife. They hired a midwife from Mexico to come to the house. But she told them she's having some different type of pain. The baby might be breached. She probably should go to the hospital because he was going to make her have that baby right at the house, just like Stephanie or Serenity had. Serenity didn't have her baby at the hospital. She had it at the house. And some of them had no records of birth, which is why they had a problem moving around and leaving the country, because the birth hadn't been properly recorded. See, he was dirty. But he would have people sending money in. Well, we need to hire a midwife. We need to go here and there. And he would have people send that money. But then he turned around and left the hospital when Velvet had that baby on the hospital. $300 and some dollars. And it was like, that's the type of manipulation he used. But that's how that came about with the trans woman. It wasn't that he was just everybody, the only way it could happen. That was the only trans woman that ever really came there. And that was to fulfill his own fantasies. Because he used to say he would have fantasies of being with trans women. Cherry the Bomb from Umbigo. She's a beautiful trans. She was on Maddie's show before. Cherry the Bomb. She does hair and stuff. Makeup. She's very pretty. She was on Maddie's show, and before she was out, went out or was talking to Nature Boy. Before that, Nature Boy took that little young girl Leah out. You remember that your little young girl Leah from Bigo? When he took her out and bought her a dress, and then he talked about her so bad she was talking about him. And she said he was trying to make her have sex with him. He was doing some crazy stuff, girl.
They was really doing some crazy stuff. You know, like when you look back in hindsight, like I don't know how many people who might be watching us was actually there. You know, when it was really happening. Like the moment when Janae, aka Naturi, when she joined the cult, you know, she had already, you know, Naturi, she had, you know, remember she was always already traveling. She was traveling all over the world, all over different countries. She loved the outdoors. She loved to be out in the wilderness, out, you know, just enjoying life, exploring nature, meditation, you know, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
And when she joined the,
she loved her makeup.
Yeah,
she loved her makeup,
very
her
beautiful
jewelry,
woman. Very,
you know, she has an identical twin.
Yes, I mean, very beautiful woman. Like when you look at these people who were caught up in this stuff, and you be like, I mean, it's a very beautiful woman and smart and intelligent, you know, entrepreneur. And when she joined the cult, she was thinking, I'm traveling all over here. I'm doing this meditation. I'm in the wilderness. I'm in the wild. I'm in the jungles. I'm doing this. You know, this group is, you know, what I'm trying to do, because she was trying to find peace, you know, in the world. And by the time she joined the cult, remember that was when they were in Atlanta. By the time she joined the cult, they had left Hawaii and all that. Well, not left, but got kicked out, right? Left
They did.
Hawaii, and then they went to Atlanta after they got kicked out of many different countries.
Had
And so they
nowhere
were
to
back
go.
in Atlanta. I don't want to say back in Atlanta. Nature Boy is back in Atlanta. The other ones was in Atlanta. Okay, but that's where his stomping grounds was. But when she joined the cult, there was no more tent life. She said it was a house. It was 25 people in the house. But because she was already on her journey in
No, no,
nature.
no, no. They were still living in tents, though. They had a
Okay,
house,
I'm just going by what was
but
on
they still had to sleep outside.
Hulu.
Right, but they yeah, they were in. They were still. If you go back and listen, they were still having
Mhm.
to sleep in tents. He
Right,
had access to the house.
right. And so on Hulu, they saying that she said, this is what she said on Hulu, that she said they were
Uh,
living in a house. There was no more tent
mhm.
life. And she said there was 20 people living in that house in Atlanta. And
Yep,
that's just what
and Mama
she
Cookie's
said.
house. And Mama
Right.
Cookie's
And she
house.
said, he was preaching going into nature, get in tune with the planet, meditating in the in nature. And all those videos and all those things, she was like, yeah, this is my shit. This is what I do. Why wouldn't I not join this group? And just like many others, once she got there, Sis Lo, she felt like something was telling her to remember that movie called Get Out?
Get out.
Get out. Don't
Get
drink the
out,
Kool-Aid.
baby. Don't
Don't
drink
drink
the
the
tea.
Kool-Aid. But did she
Don't-
listen? Did she listen to her inner thoughts telling her don't drink the Kool-Aid? Nope. She didn't listen. And
and
she, just like a lot of the other people, she stayed.
she went there for so long.
Yeah. Hmm.
She
Just
didn't
like
go to
Velvet
make
went there for why I can't remember that boy's name, Omac. Velvet went
old
there for
man.
Omac. She went there for
She went for
Solar.
so long.
But his hating ass,
But
jealous
Solar was with
ass,
no.
envious ass, Nature Boy. There was females coming there to the cult
Mhm.
for certain individual guys. He was so jealous, so hateful, so envious that he had to have all the women and try to take them all, you know, just exploiting them.
Mhm. And see, just like Malia came. Malia was with Vice,
Uh
and
huh.
they were in. She actually liked Vice. She really liked Price. They was making TikToks, making up dances. They was doing. He didn't like that. He wanted Malia for himself, so he took Malia and made Malia his wife in order to make Velvet jealous. So once he started making Velvet jealous, or what have you, he said, "You keep it up, and I'm gonna make somebody else chief this and whatnot." But he took Malia from Vice and made her one of his directs. But that one, he didn't make her go back and forth. He kept Malia because he liked the things that Malia was doing to him and the way she reacted to him when they were being intimate. But he treated that girl like crap because she almost died. She almost died. He mocked her. He embarrassed her. He degraded that girl. And she almost died on that girl. The girl was so sick. She had lost a lot of weight. She was skinny as I don't know what. She was dehydrated. She could barely walk and hold her breath. He started dogging her so bad. She ended up having some type of blood infection, which I believe she was darn near septic, and it almost killed her. But whatever the communicable sicknesses she had allegedly had her so sick that it was coming up out in her breath. and it had her breath smelling horrid. So he would talk to her and say, ugh, and your breath stink. It smelled like death. It was dogging that girl out like that. But he made her sick. He was the one that made her sick. And he would not allow that girl to get any help.
Well, you know what, sis Lo? Let me read some of these comments, and then I'm gonna get back to your last statement. Now, and hey, everybody in the chat, make sure you like and share the video, and I will be dropping sis
Hey,
Lo's
y'all.
chat. I will be dropping sis Lo's link as well because we've been discussing this on both of our channels. So I definitely will be dropping her link in a minute. But Brown Beauty said, "Sassy so now who is Sassy Solar?"
That's what she called a solar
Oh,
sassy.
okay. Because I'm like, is that Solar? Is that another Solar? Okay.
She
So
called a
Sassy Solar
solar
and
sassy.
Musa. Who's Musa?
Yes, Musa. Musa was the dark skinned guy with the kind of big nose that had the
Oh,
baby by Joy. He
okay.
had a
So she
baby by
said Sassy
Joy.
Solar and Musa had relationship with Mariah, and True got Poos PUC name with the trans. And then Brown Beauty said that was Jana first culture and her and the twin sister was in a poly relationship with the hold on, what she say
Solar.
now? Was been there coming back. She been back and a few times before ATL. And then Jane and Loco was in a poly relationship together. And then remember he had some fight like yeah, he did have to fight that scene. They did show that
Yeah,
scene on
yeah,
Hulu where
yeah,
they was
yeah.
fighting Velvet. And girl,
Velvet
Sislo, when I
Mother.
saw that scene, Sislo, when I saw that scene, see a
Yeah,
lot of us haven't seen this shit in many, many years, right? But when I
right.
saw that scene when they was trying to snatch her baby so that she could fight the other people, I was like,
Yeah. And Malia didn't want to fight Velvet. He made them fight.
yeah,
Velvet didn't really want to fight Malia either. She was angry because she was
uh-huh,
jealous. She was actually jealous. She was jealous of
uh-huh,
Malia because of the way, but he was pitting them against each other.
yeah,
That's what that was. It made good TV is what he felt. He was
right.
pitting them against each other. He was like, trying to make them fight for him or fight over him. So yeah. And see, Solar and Natiri was in a poly relationship with
Mhm.
Zoka. Zoka ended up becoming pregnant with Solar's baby,
Mhm.
and she lost her baby. Her baby was stillborn. Nature Boy didn't even allow that girl no time to grieve. He told her to get over it. That was a demon child in the first place, and the baby wasn't ever supposed to be. He told her child was demon seed, that she wasn't ever supposed to have a baby anyway, because the baby wasn't ordained by him. So she wasn't allowed to grieve her child. She wasn't allowed to grieve the loss of her child. Some of the reason why she is out of her mind right here today, I believe, is not only because she was bipolar and sick in the beginning, but because she was pregnant, lost her baby, her hormones was all out of whack. She never was able to grieve her baby, and she was already mentally ill. So she never snapped back from that. She never snapped back for that. The other thing is, Solar ended up having a baby by Velvet. because Solar kept saying to Nature Boy, "You owe me a child."
Yep, he told him you and me a child. That's crazy how they had kids by the same woman in the cult.
He said, "You owe me a child."
But why did he tell Nature Boy? Now, some of the people they might not have been there for this whole, saga. So why did he tell him that he owed him a child? If you can remember.
So, because it was his fault that Zoka had a miscarriage. While they were when they got married in Vegas, Nature Boy made that girl take like 8 shots while she was in her last trimester. She had
8 shots
alcohol
of what?
poisoning.
8 shots
Eight
of what?
of alcohol. He
Oh,
made her
8 shots of liquor.
yes. When
Oh
she was in her
wow.
last yes, when she was in her last trimester.
Oh, Brown
And
Beauty
baby
is
got
on it. Brown Beauty, I dropped the link. If you want to join the conversation, Brown Beauty, I did drop the link. But Brown Beauty said Mariah didn't want to fight Velvet. Mariah didn't want to fight. Velvet wanted to fight, and he had that girl drinking alcohol, and the baby was part of the demons from Babylon. And remember, he said Nature Boy owe him a child because Zoka and Solar Baby dead, and more like double shot. So she right there with you, sis Lo.
I know. I was there. I mean, I was there. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been
Uh
on
huh.
this for a very, very, very long time.
Girl, you know how far we go back? Like me and you go back? Like one of the
Yeah.
main reasons why we even start communicating was because of this shit. Like we was cool before then, but when you started covering the Nature Boy stuff, I had no idea. That, you know what's so crazy? I was watching Lady Nika the other day, and there were people on Lady Nika's panel who said, "Where was I? Was I under a rock? Why didn't I know this was going on? Why didn't I
I don't
know
know,
about this
baby,
Nature
but
Boy?" A lot of people did not know about him.
I've been covering the Nature Boy situation. I got videos in my archives where I was talking about this stuff 8 or 9 years ago.
Yep, it's
I
about
got
8 or 9 years ago.
I got pictures of the baby being born. His baby, Velvet's baby, the baby Eliana. I got pictures
Mhm.
of. Wait a minute. I'm enlighten you on
Well, hold on.
this.
Let me make sure this is Mrs. Brown. Hey, Brown Beauty, is that you, baby?
It's me, Hood. How you
Okay.
doing?
Hey, baby.
This
I
is
just
a
want to make
good
sure.
topic.
Hello.
Like you said, a lot of people was not even
I got
aware
pictures of
of
baby.
Nature Boy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was
Hey,
saying this is a good topic. Remember, a lot of people aren't even up on Nature Boy.
Yep.
And this stuff
we
is, yeah, he was done. He was something. But
girl,
remember
and we
when,
aim to please. You hear me?
remember Mama Dia? Remember Mama Dia passed over there? Remember he convinced that lady to quit taking her medicine?
Yep. Mama
And when
Dia
he
passed.
returned that poor lady's body, she was naked and had no possession. When he finally called her family,
Yep. And he
You
was
know what,
wearing some
Brown
merch
Beauty?
too.
Sislo, Brown Beauty. I remember specifically when Sislo was discussing this on her channel, and I was so like, because I had
Who
heard of
is this
Nature Boy.
guy?
I had heard of Nature Boy, but I wasn't like following him like a lot of people was. So I would hear bits and pieces. But when I heard that situation with that lady, the older lady who passed away, and he was
Yep.
telling her not to take her medicine, and
Yep.
I was really like I I, I I couldn't even believe this shit was happening. Like, are y'all serious?
convinced that lady not to take her medicine, stopped her from communicating with her family. Honey, that lady was from
He told
Honduras.
her he can heal
It told her he can heal
her. Mhm.
her, wasn't doing nothing but plagiarizing Dr. Sabi's diet, added some other bull crap he was saying he can
Yeah.
heal her with. She wasn't taking her medicine. He was a big old fraud. They took that lady's body, disrespected it, took her to the corner, dropped her off, no ID, no possessions, just left her. And
That's
I
fucked
think
up.
Mama Dia genuinely loved Nature Boy. Just
Oh yeah,
genuinely loved him because she trusted him. You can tell how she did her videos.
yeah.
And then you
Her
That's
family's
really
still
messed
hurting
up.
because her family
That's
is
really
yeah,
messed
still
up
grieving.
because I remember that time. I remember, like, see, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I ain't gonna hold you. I was watching Nature Boy, but it was only when people was like, "Oh my god, this guy." I was not watching like every video, every person in the code. I was not watching all their different platforms. I was not doing that. It was always like, okay, so you know like in season 1 episode 3, right? They started talking about all the different content creators. Like what's her name? What's the one something Ma?
like Sweet Mom.
But
Sweet Mom.
Sweet
When
Mom for
Sweet
life.
Mom got
They
into it
yeah,
real
they
bad.
started talking about Sweet Mom for life, and when they start showing all that shit, I said, "Oh yeah, that's where I was seeing a lot of that shit." It was like the
yeah,
bigger YouTubers who were discussing this stuff. That's when I
mhm.
started, like, like, oh wow,
Well,
Right.
this shit is
When you
crazy.
did you
and
watch
see, and see,
was was you watching what was the other one?
You talking
The,
about
the girl,
Nick and Knight?
no, the girl that was with young Pharaoh. Um what's her name?
Oh,
Asada. No, her name ain't Asada. What's the girl's name that was over there with young Pharaoh?
Sislo.
No,
Sislo, like Sislo, no
I
Sislo at the top of us. She know a
what's her
lot of this stuff.
name?
Do you know who that was, Sislo?
no,
Something
not
Divine.
that was weak.
Her name was something Divine.
Hmm.
I
Some
don't remember.
divine.
She was on his butt, and she used to always be on Young Pharaoh's panel.
Oh, this was a
Oh,
content
I
creator
think
like
I
This
on
know.
YouTube.
was a
I think I
content
know who
creator.
that is.
Now,
Oh, okay.
I think I know who you're
what
talking
documentary did y'all watch? Did y'all watch the Hulu documentary, or did y'all watch Hood Horrors documentary?
I did. Now I heard
about.
about Hood
I watched
Horrors. Now I ain't gonna hold you, Black Beauty. Matter of fact, I think it was either yesterday or this morning. Somebody was talking to Lady Nika on her panel, and they were saying you need to watch Hood Horrors. And I was like, Hood
Yes,
Horrors? What is that?
I watched that one as well. Yeah,
Okay.
that was like
504
about
girl.
50 episodes. That was a lot more thorough than
Yes.
Hulu. The only reason why Hulu,
504 girl, she know more than me. She was watching Nature Boy longer than I was. And
yeah,
I met her over at a content creator watching Nature Boy. He was dragging and roasting him. Um and that's how I ran into Nature Boy. And
Okay.
when I was watching him, he was trying to think it was the video. It was the video when Tron was in the closet. You remember?
yeah, yeah.
When Tron was in the had been punished and he was in that closet. You
Mhm.
remember Tron, don't you?
Yep, he slapped the snot out of trying Big Butt too.
Oh, I didn't
Now
see
what?
that in
Hold
real
on. What
time, but I
happened,
seen the
y'all? What
replay.
happened? Please explain. Please explain. What happened?
He slapped Tron for some reason, whatever the reason was. He slapped Tron, and I thought Tron was gonna get with him because Tron taller than him and as big as him. But see, when Tron came to him, Tron was a kid.
And
He was a
Tron can
teenager.
relate. Tron grew up in the system. He grew up looking for somewhere to
Exactly.
belong. He grew up in the system. So to me, I think Tron, when he first ran into Nature Boy, he really idolized
It
him.
was,
He wanted to,
yep.
he really believed in what he said.
A
He
lot of
was
them
raised by
did,
white
Brown
people.
Beauty. A lot of them did because within the last few days, I heard somebody say with all y'all guys, they was like niggas. But with all y'all over there, why couldn't y'all just jump him? Especially when he was
Yeah.
beating Velvet and doing other
But
things. Why
he
couldn't y'all just jump him? And people were literally like, well, we figure she must have been doing something that she shouldn't be doing. She shouldn't have been disrespecting
Shouldn't have
her
been
husband.
doing.
That's what she get, you
Mm.
know.
he truly had them brainwashed. He had them brainwashed and he kept them so deprived. They were starving over there. They wasn't nothing
He
but
was, yeah,
skinny bones.
that B6 diet.
And I
Yeah.
think a lot of
Yeah.
them see, a lot of them say the message changed when a lot of the first group left. People like
Hmm.
Natural, people like Rambo, people like Omac that would have gave Nature Boy a run for his money.
Mm-hmm.
When they left, I
And
think to me the
you know
rules
how
changed.
they did OMAC, right?
Oh, when
They
they
got
beat Omac up on our bus when they
no.
was in
I'm talking
Nicaragua.
about when how him and Velvet ended up getting together.
Oh yeah, she
It's
came there for
alleged that
Omac.
they got him drunk, and then they waited till he went to sleep and left that man stranded.
Yeah, because
Oh
there's
yeah,
some
they
people
left
on
him
YouTube
stranded.
talking
Yup,
about
they left him stranded. Yup.
Yeah.
there's some people on YouTube talking about Velvet was with Solar first, and everybody's like, no, 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 no.
No,
She
No,
was
no, no,
she
Velvet was
no.
came
not with
there
Solar first.
specifically. She came there specifically for Omax. So the people who think
OMAC.
Yes, she
Solar was
did.
her, that is not true. She came there specifically
No,
for Omax, and then she got love bombed
the only
by
reason
By
why
Nature
she ended
Boy.
by
up
Nature Boy.
the
Hmm.
only reason why
Nature Boy,
she
I
ended up
think he
with
was jealous
Solar,
of Omac. I think Omac would have tore Nature
Yep,
Boy a new one.
he
And
was
that's why
jealous.
he was jealous.
He was jealous of all the dudes, though, y'all. He was jealous. He wanted all the women. So for you to tell all the men that y'all need to find a trans woman so he can have all the women, he was extremely jealous, and he didn't want none of the women to be with nobody else but him. How the hell you
And,
gonna tell some men, you
he
gotta find you a
already
trans
had them.
woman? Like what?
and see, that was at the end or towards the middle when it came out that he was a homosexual dancer, stripper,
Homosexual,
and all of that.
transsexual,
All of that
bisexual,
came out
yeah.
right. All of that came after a few of them was there and already believing what he said. So he made them feel like being like that was okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
At
he
first
made
he
them feel
denied it
that.
though.
And
See,
right
at
at
first
first
he
he
denied it.
denied it.
At first he denied it because he was embarrassed by it. But when he started drinking,
Yep.
he
He
started
started having them
remember
drink
because at
that
first they
wine.
weren't drinking. First they
Remember
wasn't
they used
drinking
to
and they
drink
wasn't
that
smoking.
wine?
Then he started getting drunk. Then he started drinking Hennessy.
Yep, but
First
first
he was
remember they used
drinking
to drink that
organic.
wine?
First he was drinking that organic wine.
Yeah, and they used to be
Then the next
dancing.
Not
thing you
organic wine. Hold up, y'all. They make organic wine? What?
yes,
Yeah, yep, he
yeah.
was drinking organic wine and he used to be over there. All the women be all around him. He ain't got no shirt on. They dancing all seductively. And then he got the men over in another corner by themselves. All the
Standing
men
on
ain't got no
side,
shirt on.
swerving them and
And
bowing.
it was sick. It was sick and weird.
They was standing to the side bowing. Yes,
That
ma'am.
is
Yes.
crazy. But you know what I thought was real crazy, y'all? I ain't gonna hold y'all. And I remember this shit. Like some of us who been following this shit, like we
Hmm.
really remember this shit, right? But remember when it was COVID and them
Oh
motherfuckers was
yeah.
traveling all over the fucking place and they weren't
Right.
wearing no masks. They was just out there traveling
And that's
around,
why they went
sightseeing. They was doing this
And
the
then next man
most.
got sick as a dog.
and that's why they got put in jail in Hawaii because they wouldn't
Yes, and they got
quarantine.
Yes, they got put in jail in Hawaii because they was not abiding by, and this was a
They was messing
worldwide
with the
thing. This
turtles.
wasn't just a Hawaii thing. This was a
Mm-mm.
worldwide thing. No matter where you traveled back then, you had to quarantine for at least a couple of weeks. It
Yes,
didn't matter if it was Hawaii or China or Africa.
Yep.
They was just like literally like at the waterfalls and they posting all this shit.
but
But
not
I want
only
to
that,
say something
they
about
were messing
Sheba.
with the endangered species. The turtles are a protected species, and they was in the water swimming, touching on them, and
Oh
all of that.
wow.
Yes, touching the swimming with them. You're not supposed to touch them because they're
Like thousands of people ain't dying across the whole world.
Right.
right.
But I wanted
But
to
you,
say something about the Sheba situation. He should have been in jail for 8. Because when Sheba got there, she was a virgin.
yep,
Sheba was a
and
virgin.
Yeah, she was
and
a
so was
And
virgin.
Ephraim.
he had passed her around to a couple guys. And they made fun talking about how she was her age,
How
24
tight
or
she was, and
23, and how tight she was. And
yep,
Musa was making fun, talking about, I couldn't even get my pinky in there. And Nature Boy had Velvet hold her down while he
hold
forced
her
himself
hand.
on that girl.
But
Yep.
let's not forget. Hold up, y'all. Let's not forget. I was talking to Sister about this last week, and that's why when I say I cannot believe, I'm not trying to shade. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm not trying to be harsh, but
Hmm.
some people just like, no, the fuck, this ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And then there's some
Right.
people who's like, okay, they might be like, but let me tell you something. When I heard the story of Sheba, when she said one night one of the men was jerking off in the middle
Yep.
of the night. What's his name? I can't remember his name, but one of the men was jerking off in the middle of the night, and they ended up jerking all over her. And when she woke up, because of all the cum, she was
Ants.
attracted by an army of ants.
Yep.
I was so
Mm.
disgusted. I mean,
Yep.
that made me want to fuck a motherfucker
Grow up.
up.
And the fact that after
That
he
made me
did
want
what
to
he
fuck a
did to
motherfucker
that
up.
girl, he gave her back the truth as if
Yes.
she was used garbage.
Yes, like garbage. Like, how you gonna do that all over
And you,
somebody in they sleep? You out in the
but do you
wilderness, it's
remember?
bugs and it's all kind of insects and it's all kind of
Mm.
rodents, and you just
Yep.
in the middle of the night in the wilderness, just ski all over somebody while they sleeping. Total disrespect. My
The
my
total
nigga,
disrespect.
let me tell you now. I'm single right now. Okay, I'm single right now. But every nigga that I've been with in my whole motherfucking life, they would never try no shit like that. You ain't gonna ski all over me while I'm asleep.
You won't never
That shit ain't gonna
disrespect. That's
happen.
Well, I won't
disrespect. That's
either.
downright degrading and
Total
disrespectful.
disrespect. Total beauty. Total disrespect. That'll make you
Mm.
suck a nigga up.
That is nasty. But wait
And
a
the fact
minute.
that these
You know,
men couldn't even
Ephraim,
stand up to him when he was disrespecting their women, and
yeah,
he teaches these men are their wives' protector. But yet they couldn't put you in your place when you disrespected them.
they sat in front of True and disrespected him so bad. And then they turned around and disrespected Sheba, calling her Arsenio Hall
Then he-
and all this and that. But you know that Ephraim was also a virgin when she got there.
Yep.
And he he took her virginity and did the same
But he
thing.
passed her all
Made
around.
Velvet
Tron,
help him through that too.
Pass her
Caliber,
all around. Pass her all around. Mm-hmm.
Tron,
Yeah.
Caliber, back to Solar. She was with Solar too. I believe he pimped Solar out. He used Solar because Solar was a nice looking guy, and most of those women came there for Solar.
And
A
let me
lot of
tell
those
you
women
this.
didn't even come there for him.
This is another thing that they didn't talk about. They didn't
I
talk
seen a
about
little bit of that
how
Hulu.
they didn't, not on Hulu, because I said Hulu is commercialized. But
It's
I
very
thought it was
commercialized.
whitewashed.
Yeah.
I thought it
It
was whitewashed
girl,
and bullshit.
it's
girl, that's
commercialized.
that's exactly how I feel. But go ahead.
Yeah, right.
So now here's the thing. They didn't talk about either how some of those people there was told that in order to become one of his students, they had to take in his DNA in order to become
Yes,
like
Hmm.
him.
his
The
And
kids,
he
download.
made them
his
Remember he
drink,
started
kids.
that?
drink
The
this
download.
download.
The
Yep.
download.
The kids.
Which is why Pop Marquez wanted to hurt him by telling them to give that baby his semen in a bottle, in a baby bottle.
Nature Boy was he was just, and the only baby that was born in the hospital was Eliana. And that's because Velvet was
No,
having such a heart. Because Serenity's
yeah,
baby wasn't,
no,
oh, gee,
hers wasn't the only
Serenity
one.
went to, Serenity
Sheba's
went
baby
to
was
a
born in the
midwife,
hospital
right?
too.
Did Sheba
Sheba
have her
baby,
baby at the hospital?
yep, yep.
Okay. Okay, but I knew he was forcing Velvet, trying to make Velvet stay. She was having so much problems and she was in so much pain. They were so frail.
But when
They were.
Kenna, I mean, but like again, we're not trying to shade, we're not trying to shame,
Mm-mm.
we're not trying to judge. We're just trying to do commentary, right? But when Kendra, aka Sheba,
Mhm,
when she had you know the shit that happened with her when she said she was in the tent, they had invited her to the tent.
Yeah.
Nathan Boy and Velvet had invited her to the tent. Her and Velvet
Hmm.
was really good friends. They was really good clothes, all that kind of shit. And they
mhm,
Right.
invited her to the tent to, watch a movie. And,
Hmm.
when everybody was asleep, except for Kendra, of course, and Nature Boy, she was still a
Right.
virgin. And,
Hmm.
he woke Velvet up and said, I want to have whatever with Kendra.
relationship.
And Velvet was like, "No, fuck that shit. I'm not with that shit." And it ended
Hmm.
up happening anyway.
Anyway.
It
And
ended up
yep.
happening anyway, and shit like that just makes me like, I just don't understand. I don't know. I just don't understand how people can allow certain things to happen to them. There are some people though who came to that cult, who left their families and shit, and then immediately was like, "No, fuck that." Like the white boy, after he was like, "Oh, y'all using my debit card, y'all using my credit card," I'm out of this motherfucker. But some people just they come and they just allow whatever to happen, and they
That
just
happened.
stay. And I just can't see. I can never see myself. I'm too much of a fighter. And
Me
if you've
too.
been
That's the
following me
same
long
thing I
enough,
say.
this is not my first channel. The Hood Table is not my first channel. If you've been following me long enough, you know that I am a fighter. I am very hood. I'm very motherfucking gangster. And so when I see people fall for this type of shit, I just don't understand. Y'all know what I'm saying? I just don't understand.
Mm-mm. The fact that you can hand over all your
All
possessions
your money, 300.
to a
What was that white boy?
stranger.
That white
No.
boy,
That was keys. That was keys.
three
Keys
hundred thousand dollars.
plus.
No, that was
Plus.
that was flow. That was flow.
That was keys. He wound up getting an inheritance. He had got an
That
I
was
thought
inheritance.
that was the
flow.
white
And
boy. That was the white
That was
boy.
no,
flow.
no, that was
Flow was the
keys.
one that got flow. It was flow and vibes because flow eventually left with vibes
No,
and they
but
got
keys
married.
is the
But
one
he
that
ended,
gave him
and they
the
ended
three
up
hundred
buying more land.
thousand.
They was buying more land and stuff. Keys was the one that had the van.
Yeah, but Keys is the one that gave
He's
him the
the
three
one with
hundred
the ring.
thousand dollars. That was his inheritance. And how he gave it to him was
Right.
because he kept going back to him, asking him for 20,000, 10,000. Remember they bought all them go-karts and them
And
ATVs
bikes
and
and
stuff?
all
Remember they
that.
bought all of that stuff?
Yep, they was in them ATVs like they was
Honey,
like
that was
living the
King's
life.
money.
Girl,
That
they
was the
was
little
living the
young
life
boy
with
King's money.
All them ATVs and shit. They was living the motherfucking life on
Yep.
somebody else's money, and that's why. When I at the very beginning of my show tonight, I had mentioned how I never saw that video on Nature Boy's IG with him and ZX. And when him and ZX was having that conversation, and it's posted in the B sector, when they had the conversation, and ZX was like, as a man, I provide for my wife, husband, I'm just naming shit. Wife, husband, daughter, child, grandchild, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Hmm.
so ZX was asking him, when it comes to a man, you're on here begging motherfucking social media to pay for your
Mhm.
food, to pay for your housing, to pay for y'all to go to another country. And ZX, now, I might not agree with a lot of shit that people do on here, but when it comes to that, I definitely, no matter if it was him or anybody else, I'm the same way when it comes to even my boys. When it
Hmm.
comes to even my boys who have families, you don't never allow nobody else to take care of your motherfucking family.
And see, a lot of those people were from the military. A few of
A
those
lot of
people
them
got
was, yeah,
military. A
yeah,
few of them people got good military benefit. Remember when they was talking about Toy's history? Remember he said she deserved to be ate, that it didn't happen to her.
yep.
She imagined it, and she
Hmm.
was a liar.
Do you remember that shit, Sislo?
With who?
With
Do you
Toy,
remember that shit with
with
Toy?
Joy, with Tori, with Joy, Tori. Remember she was talking about
Tori.
how she was aped in the military, and he said
Yeah,
she was a liar, and then she probably liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Talk
And she
about it
was
was her
gay.
fault. She probably got drunk.
She was gay, though. I mean, she had a girlfriend.
Well,
She
Tori
had
is
a
the one that had the
girlfriend.
baby by Musa. She is the one that had the
Yeah.
baby by Musa.
She had a
They
baby
said
by
Tori's
Musa, but he's
married and
gay.
everything now.
She
I don't
is.
know
And she
about
got
that.
other babies. She got other kids. But
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying, when she came to Nature Boy, she was a lesbian.
oh, see, I don't know. I just remember
He saw himself straightening her out, putting her with Musa.
when I started watching her, she had just the Pee Wee left. The white girl was leaving.
Uh-huh.
Musa's girl.
Uh-huh.
So I just had seen like I was seeing like the old videos when Tori was having
Right.
her sessions with with Nature Boy.
Right. But see,
And then that when she was trying to leave, I couldn't believe Musa. I couldn't believe how he
because
was doing her.
he was crazy.
And you see, Nature Boy was a straight punk. He left the house.
'Cause he was running. The police
He
were
was
after him.
scared. He was scared.
The police were after him. And he went in hiding. And Joy called him out though. Tori said, and where
Remember
you at?
when
Running.
you remember what first got him hot? You know, remember what first made him hot, don't you?
Uh,
The
uh,
white girl
um,
from the clear girl from Canada.
oh
Remember
yeah, but
her?
this happened. That
Remember her
happened.
people came?
Yeah, that
Remember?
happened. That happened way before he was with the situation with Tori though. She
Yeah,
was
no,
already
I'm just
going
saying,
back.
remember what made him hot. Remember when he made
Oh
his
yeah,
first move, he got up out of there.
yeah, he got it. That's when he was in Belize or somewhere, I think. Or
No, he wasn't in Belize. Where was he
not
at?
Belize, mm, I'm trying
He
to
was
think.
so many places. Was that
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
Costa Rica? Or was that him
Costa
going to
Rica.
was that
Costa
him in
Rica. I think that's where
Nicaragua?
they were. Because I know he was no, when he was in Nicaragua, she was gone already, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, she was gone already. And she was one of the ones that had mental issues, which is why her family was upset because she was vulnerable. And they were like, we're gonna
Hmm.
stay on you until she
And they
come home.
did.
And they had because she was from British Columbia. She was
I
all
thought
over
she
the
was from
Canadian news.
Colombia. I mean Canada. I thought she was from Canada.
Same thing. Yep.
Remember the boy Loyal?
Yep. Yep.
He lost his. He lost his. He's not here no more.
Right. And they got the guy that got that
The other guy, him.
that
It was
did
so
him.
much with that boy. It was just so much. Like that man is like it's just it was so much. When I first seen him, I didn't know if it was like somebody putting a play a skit or something like. But then as I kept seeing it, and then I was hearing other commentators, I was like, oh no, this guy is crazy.
Yep.
That's
I
like
got
poor Aya. I think he took a whole advantage of Aya. But then when I seen Aya's history, Aya was already into the fast lane. She used to date Rick Ross's the real Rick Ross's nephew. She was
I
on the
was
stroll.
she was beautiful though. Yep. She was a
Wasn't
model
she
and everything.
beautiful?
Huh?
I said, wasn't Aya beautiful?
Yeah, she was beautiful. Had a handsome son too.
Mm-hmm.
And and and
He knew how to play on them people.
Zoka is what's his name's niece? The the the, the comedian actor rapper dude. God, I can't think of his name. He got a Netflix show. Oh, every time it be right on the tip of my tongue and I can't. It'll come to me when I ain't thinking about it. But
I think that's what happened. He played on them people's and the fact that he had them women convinced them women to leave their children behind. To me, that was the most low downest thing.
yo, you remember when he gave them babies them stripper names? I said, why did
I
he get that baby strawberry and some? I was like, why would he get them baby stripper name? He didn't
hmm.
want David. I think it was David's kids, and
Yeah,
then David was
what
worried
they
about a
call him
comedian.
now? Remember, he brung all that recording equipment and everything. Remember, his
I
name, he go by Icy Smokes now. He's still on here.
Yeah, he can have it.
I know.
He can have all
He
the
can
icy
have
and
it.
stuff you want.
I don't know.
But anyway,
And
I'm about to call it, and I got to get up early with these
it is
babies.
just a lot with that guy. Remember
There's so
Pice's
much
wife,
more.
Sonny? Remember Pice's wife, Sonny? You remember
Yeah,
why he kicked her
yeah.
out? Because she wouldn't jump off that cliff at 7 months, 6, 7 months pregnant and wouldn't drink that
I
alcohol.
think
He tried to do
yeah,
her the
I
same
think
way
she
he
was
did
pregnant.
Zoka.
Yep, yep. And Zoka did it.
504 girl is good. She knows a lot. She knows more about the Nature Boy saga than me.
Who?
504 girl.
Who?
Don't you know 504
Oh
girl?
yeah, that's my baby. That's
Yeah,
my baby.
she know more about the saga. She was one of the boots on the ground people.
Oh yeah, a foot on neck.
Yeah, she the one that helped get that boy's passport and visa revoked. I mean, his passport revoked.
Yeah.
Did his butt right on American soil.
Yep.
But see, I think not. I'm not blaming Nateri because Nateri had been gone for a while. Remember, she was leaving, coming back, and I
Yep.
think that was because she wanted to be with Solar so bad. Like that girl loved Solar. Um, and I think when she came back, he promised her the chiefest position. And I think Janae just wanted to
Yep.
be a part of something with Solar, you know, and the fact that now she could be chiefess, I think that's why it was so easy for her to come back to me.
Well, when him and Velvet was supposed to be restarting carbonation, and him as the chief and Velvet as the chiefess, they was trying to restart it.
But remember, Velvet had been gone. Remember, she had already had the other baby after Eliana. And remember, she was in California
Right.
with that one guy.
This was right around.
Right, right before Solar came and got her. Remember, she was in the Midwest. Remember, she was in that place. Remember, she went to that place to
Yeah.
help her
I
restart her life.
remember.
Okay. Well, I think that's when Janae came back. And I think at the time Janae came back under the pretense that she could be chiefess and she can do some other things with carbonation. I think that's what brought her
Right.
back. I
Right.
truly
But
really don't think
then
she was in love with Nature Boy, but then again, I really couldn't tell with Janae. I'm gonna be honest because when she would get drunk and she would be online, she'd be talking about how much she was pregnant by him, and he didn't want her, and he wanted Malia more, and she used to do those drunk rants, and I think it was just because Janae was going through something. She was still trying to debrief. She was still trying to purge from this cult stuff. You know. Um, but I think that was a real hard time for her trying to, when before she came back. But shouts out to Janae. Shouts out to her.
yeah, we'll talk about more about the that part, I guess, after part four. But
Yeah.
since you there, T, you there? Where my girl at?
I don't know where
I
Hood
know
went.
she ain't with that. I bet you she better not have took a station break without me.
I
Oh, it's
know I was
midnight.
rolling
She
up.
she down for the count.
And poor Zoka, that girl is losing her mind, has lost her mind.
Lost, but she Zoka had a mental problem before she came.
I remember her uncle did
Miss
that interview.
Miss Staples, that's
Remember?
who her uncle is.
Yeah, Vince Staples, yup. hmm
That's who her
And
uncle
see, a
is.
lot of these people, I think he targeted because they were contacting each other on Facebook. He was talking to these people in the back end for a while. Because he had to
Who?
convince these people to separate themselves from their family. Remember, Zoka's
Oh
uncle
yeah,
came and did an interview. Remember, he said she moved into the back house. His grandma had
yes.
like a guest house. She had cut
And
all her
and
hair off.
yep, and her dad was real sick.
Her dad was real sick,
Mm, yeah. Time,
and her and her
T,
father was real
Tanya,
close. It seemed like
Tanya, you there?
Hood. I wonder
Hold
what
on.
happened.
She here. She
Nubia, I don't think all of them wanted them, but I
might
think
have
most of them did. I think
that boy
most of the women did want Nature Boy, but I don't think all of them wanted them.
Girl, I wouldn't want that dirty dick
Uh-uh.
devil.
And poor Malia, you know, he had abused her so bad. Remember when she went to the hospital? Remember they asked was she in some kind of trauma because her organs was her organs was displaced.
Shutting down. Yeah.
Yeah, but remember they said her organs was out of
Hold on one
place.
second.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I had
Oh,
told you I was going to the ladies' room. I hope y'all had saw that.
oh.
No, I was just trying to make sure.
They were trying to make sure you was all right.
Because I
I'm
was
just
Oh
calling
no,
you.
about
I
to.
had said it in the
Okay.
private chat. Y'all probably didn't see it, but I said in the private chat that I'll
Yeah.
be right back going to the ladies'
Oh.
room.
Yeah.
That's how they knew the CD, because a lot of people, that's how they found out the CDC was involved. Remember, they ain't even know what she had. They ain't even know what the girl had.
Yeah.
The
She was real
CDC got
sick.
involved with her.
She was real sick. And then he went there and made that girl sign out the hospital and took her.
Crying herself out. And remember, he stopped the family from coming up there and calling.
Yeah. And whatever she had, he had to take medicine too.
He probably gave it to her.
No doubt.
Most of them, when most of them came there, they had herpes and everything, and some other stuff.
But he was
Remember the
sodomizing.
boy Natural? Remember the boy Natural? He had herpes. Musa had herpes. Uh, a few of them had herpes, and they all
Uh,
sleeping around with each other.
Serenity, I think she
Yeah,
did.
Serenity has something,
Hmm.
and
And they
he's
was,
sleeping with all the women, and then passing the women around to the men.
yep.
Mm.
But TT, I'm about to bust camp, baby. I
I
gotta
can't
get
wait till
up
they get to the lover Mike Brown.
early
We
in the
gonna talk
morning.
about that too.
Okay, I mean, you just mentioned something that has been on my mind. Like me and Cisco has been talking about things they haven't mentioned, like how they
Mm-hmm.
made it seem like Velvet just all of a sudden, oh, I'm leaving, I'm free. And then they mentioned how
Mm-mm.
she came back 2, 3, 4, 11 times. And then also a lot of things they did mention, like the older white lady who died, the baby who passed away. They also did mention, like y'all was just talking about, the things that y'all were just talking about. I don't understand how they or what made them not include a lot of that into the documentary.
Because a lot of
That's
that
Really,
was
why
it's really
important.
crazy.
it was
And then they
Hollywood.
made it seem like it was Velvet. They made it seem like it was Velvet that was on her deathbed. When all the while it was
Yeah,
somebody else.
yeah, yeah.
And Velvet had the great opportunity to leave.
Mhm.
One day they was taking that baby. They was taking baby Eliana. This is on video. They was taking baby Eliana, I think, to a doctor's appointment or to a clinic or something.
Yeah, because he wasn't allowed to go to the
And
doctors at
remember
first.
Pop Marquez? I think he got off a bus and he was like, "Hey, baby girl," and they was coming out
Yep.
the clinic.
Mhm.
All Pop Marquez wanted was for his daughter and his granddaughter to be away from that man.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
They ain't talk about Pop Marquez. If nothing, Pop Marquez should have had a big part in that documentary.
Mhm. That's absolutely true. And I know this actual show that we're doing tonight, basically we're covering 1 through 3. I know
Mm-hmm.
episode 4 we're gonna do on Sislo's channel within the next few days. I don't know if they're gonna have a part 2, if they're gonna have a follow-up, but it was a lot of stuff that they did not mention that for the people who've been following this shit for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, it's like
Mm-hmm.
who dropped the ball on certain okay, like the fact that her father
Uh-huh.
was beefing with Nature Boy, that's
Right.
not even in a documentary. How people were advocating for her to come back home.
And then they made it
So
like she made this one great big escape. No, Velvet
yeah, I
left,
left
came
and I
back,
never
left,
went
came
back. And
back.
yeah, yeah.
No. And how she
But
was still
guess what,
and how she
y'all?
was still perpetuating this cycle.
Mm-hmm.
She had another
Guess
baby
what?
by as
Guess
soon as she
what?
got back to the States, she had another baby. I don't even know who that baby's dad is. Then
She
she
got
turned
she
around.
got she got 3 babies.
Her and
Yeah,
But
Solar.
this is baby number 3,
But
right? Because she got one
she's
by
pregnant again.
she got Nature Boy, then she got one by Solar, and then she got this third baby.
She
no,
got
the
a
second
baby in between. She got a
the
baby in
second, the
between Nature
second
Boy's
baby is
baby
her
and
dad.
Solar's baby.
Oh
Her
shit! So
Yeah,
she got 4
second,
babies on the what?
she got
yeah,
Where
she
the
got
fuck?
a
she's
baby.
about to
Yeah.
have another one. But
So Cislo, the one she about to have now, is that number 4?
yes, that's
Okay.
by
Yeah.
the African guy,
That's
citizen.
by Citizen. The guy
Okay.
Citizen.
He's
Oh
so fine.
wow. So
He's so
hold up,
handsome.
y'all. Hold up. So the 4th baby daddy, is he still part of the cult, or is this
No,
somebody that she just
He was
met?
never a part of the cult. He
never
was never a
Okay,
played.
part of the
okay.
cult.
All right, thank you.
But he's
Okay.
fine.
That's somebody she met online.
Big, tall African
But
on
she still
Bigo.
met him online. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
on
And
Bigo.
then she met another guy before she got pregnant, or I don't know if she was pregnant yet, or right before she got pregnant by Solar, she was with another guy that came and got her. And then she went to California, and then she was with a woman
You
in
know
between
what?
that. Yeah, it's a lot with Velvet. It's a
Woo, you
lot
know
with
what?
Velvet.
She been trying to
Yeah,
find us. Remember,
it's a
and
lot with
Round and
old Velvet.
round, round and round, I get around.
Honey, that's why we call her Box.
Ooh,
That's
ooh,
at one point
hold
they
up. What
why
y'all
was
we
call her?
call her
Hold on. What
Box.
y'all call her? What y'all call her?
I said that's why we call her Box. Cause
What's it?
that
What's
girl,
bot?
honey, that just means she hot. You know, she just
Oh
moving
shit.
around, honey.
Oh shit. Velvet, they calling you bot. Oh shit. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
I ain't never called. You know
You
what?
know what? And on that note, make sure y'all like and share the video. Subscribe to the
Right.
channel if you're a new subscriber. You know what, Sislo? When we gonna do episode 4 on your channel?
Friday.
Friday. What's today? Wednesday?
Yep.
Okay, so Friday. Okay, Friday night we gonna be over on Sislo channel. Is her channel used to be called Sislo Newsworthy Updates, but now it's called Miss Sislo. I will be dropping the link, and then when we go live on Friday, I'll also be dropping the link for y'all to come over there and join us on my community wall. But y'all, this is crazy. I don't know. I just never understand how, and maybe
Oh,
it's not
I
for us
figured
to
out the girl's
understand why
name.
people can be so brainwashed, and maybe it's not for us to understand. I mean, we could say, I would never do that. That would never happen to me. And then it happens to people all the time. So
Hmm.
I really try not to be shady or judgmental, but the shit is still like just crazy. Like, I don't understand it.
The girl that was with young Pharaoh, her name is Ashay Divine.
Oh yeah.
That's the girl that was on him with
Yeah.
young Pharaoh.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna check into that. I'm sure Sislo's pretty familiar with that. Cause Sislo been following this shit since damn near day one.
Yeah, Hood, do your research on Velvet. Let's do your
Mm-hmm.
research on Velvet, honey. And I ain't
Mm-hmm.
saying that she wasn't a victim and she ain't go through nothing. But what I'm saying is she just didn't wake up one day and make this great escape. That
I
wasn't
mean,
it.
you know that.
Trust me, I might not have seen every video, every IG, but I definitely know that. I remember when her father was on here begging and beefing with Nature Boy and trying to get her home. I remember when she left. I remember when she went back. I remember when she left
Hmm.
again. So definitely, I know that she. And see, that's the thing when we was talking about the Hulu documentary. I'm like, how the fuck y'all leave out all that shit? The
Remember when
older
she
lady, the baby, the older lady, the father who was really advocating for her to get back, like they left all that shit out.
remember when she left? Remember when she left baby Eliana with Mama Wanda? And
Hmm.
Mama Wanda didn't
Girl,
know what she was, so she got in touch with Nature Boy.
that's when
Hmm.
she came back pregnant with the second baby.
With the
Mm-hmm.
second baby, yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And they
And
left
Nature Boy
all of
talk
that
to talk
out.
about Mama Wanda
And
wanted to
then
F him.
you remember when Major Boy tried to break in the window,
Yep. He
breaking up
tried to
people's
break.
house.
Wasn't that when she was over there with Shaka and them?
Yep.
That's when she was.
He tried to break in the window.
Taylor May, hey Taylor, baby. Taylor May said, "Oh, that's not how Velvet left." No, that ain't how Velvet left. Velvet left and came back like 2, 3, 4 times, child. Velvet left and came back many times.
First, first
So,
time she came back was because he made Malia queen or
uh huh.
chiefess. And she got jealous and she came back to claim her state and changed. He let her change everything around, including put this one with that one and this one with this one and that one with that one. And it was polyam. It was none of that. It was
There was no more
monogamy.
polyamorous. Yep.
Only and it lasted for. Remember, because he had on those glasses with the little beanie, and they was looking all cute and too
Uh-huh.
cute. Oh God, it was so
Ain't that
cheesy.
when he made them? I was trying to think back. I
And
remember
right
y'all was
after,
talking
and
about
right
when he
after
made them
he came
all.
back,
Remember when they all went and got married?
that was after
And
they got kicked out of Hawaii when they
and he
made it
said,
back to the
reason why
state.
we getting married is so when I go to jail, you gotta come back and get me.
So you can't testify against.
Uh-huh.
Yes, all of them get married, and that's when while they were celebrating the marriage, that's when he made Zoka take those shots. I think it was 6
Uh-huh.
or 8 shots back to back. He made and the baby died from fetal alcohol poisoning.
It was like as if one like because remember we watched Zoka's belly grow and everything.
Yep.
It was if
Watch
one
the
minute she had a
pregnancy
belly
test.
and then boom, no nothing.
Oh, it was like no, we knew when she was about to have it,
No, but what
but
I'm
then
saying, it was like nothing. Remember when she
she
came
was
back and
out
did her
there.
video and she was crying so hard?
Yep, yep, and he told her to suck it up.
To stop
That was a
crying,
demon
suck it up.
seed. It was a demon
It was
seed.
a demon seed.
Yep,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
she wasn't allowed to grieve her baby, and Solar was mad. Then that's when she
Uh-huh.
left Solar and came back to being Nature Boy's wife
And came
in
back and was
Puerto
Nature
Rico.
Boy's wife.
In Puerto Rico,
Yeah,
and
that's
the rest
crazy.
of them was left back. All the women was with him. All the men was living in the garage.
Ain't that
Yep.
crazy? Like,
All the
how
men was
you
living in the
got all
garage.
the women? You got all the women folk.
And remember when he made uh the gay girl get with Musa to try to
Yeah,
make her
Mama
straight,
Nine. He made Mama Nine get with Musa.
and she was gay. And her and the heavy chick, her and the big girl end up leaving and becoming a couple for a little while.
Wheezy. Big Wheezy.
Yup.
Remember he had her down in the basement? Remember she had that room in the basement?
Mm-hmm. Yup. She had her own room. And then she ended up leaving
Child.
because he had her with him in Puerto Rico too for a minute.
And people,
Mm-hmm.
including me, wonder why he got life. Now,
But remember,
even I, who
Wheezy
followed
was
a lot
already
of the,
down there. Was it
I
that Wheezy
followed.
was already in Mexico or she already was like living on the street or something?
Mm-hmm.
My,
But see,
you know, mine.
I followed a lot of Nature Boy, but even though I told you earlier, I said still, even with following him and knowing everything that he did, I still can't believe that he got life. I mean,
First, they offered him a
they
plea. I don't
they
remember
did.
what the
Yeah, it was
years
like
was.
9 years, right? It was like 9 years or something, like 7 or
I
nine
don't
years.
remember,
Right.
but I know he turned it off. He turned it down because he kept saying, "I'm innocent." I'm
And see, that's
innocent.
crazy. That's
But
so
let me
fucking
tell y'all something, and I
crazy because he had been in prison before. He had been he
he was
served
a
time
kid.
before. And
He
so
was
for
just
him to be
no.
like, I'm pleading in like all the shit. Now maybe if this shit wasn't so public and so social media,
Oh,
maybe he could be like, I'm pleading
oh.
guilty, I'm pleading innocent. But being this shit was so social and he still pled innocent, I don't who the fuck was your attorney?
He played so many games with that attorney. He played so many games with that attorney, and he played so many games with that judge. And his
It was,
own
Wow.
words
yeah,
is what
he
got him
was.
convicted.
That was
When
his
he
fault, though.
said he told me to stop, but I did it anyway.
He was
Yep, yep.
belligerent.
His
I
own
remember
words is
that.
what got him convicted.
He was belligerent and arrogant.
I remember that he did say she told me to stop, but I kept going. That's basically saying, somebody said no and you didn't listen.
Yeah.
You didn't give a fuck
So
what they said. You gonna do it anyway.
now here's
But
the
remember when
thing,
the cop
though.
walked in there, remember how he had Janae? Do you remember when the cop walked in?
Uh,
No, I don't think so. Sisto, you remember?
uh,
He
Mm-mm.
had Janae down on her knees, telling her she belonged to him, and she ain't leaving until he tell her she could go.
What?
And the cop walked in. You seen the cop walking up the damn steps.
I
This is
kind
when
of remember this. I kind of remember this. Oh wow.
yep, he was
Mm-mm-mm.
telling Janae she his property.
And,
right.
and, and, and let me mind you, I'm not saying that I don't think he should got enough time. I just still can't believe that he got that much time. I just can't, because it can be like, the system, the police, the judges. You just never know which way they gonna
Well,
go.
my thing is, I don't believe he got much time for that because with that part, the right thing out of anything is probably the more questionable. Is he a creep? Yes. Should he be doing time? Yes. Should he be doing life even?
Yes, people lost their life under his guidance.
I don't even think in her heart of hearts that she think it was rape. I just think she wasn't in the mood. But I do think he falsely imprisoned her. I do think that he was wrong for the revenge porn. And I do think he probably coerced her into, no, come on, come on. But I think she, part of her wasn't all against doing it because every time she say something, she say, we made love. No, we made love. And she
Well,
said
I
it
believe
more than
she
once.
did.
She
Right
said it
after a
more than once.
while, I believe. I remember when she did a video. This is, I want to say,
And
right
she even
before she
said,
came back.
I wasn't
I
even
want to
going for the
say
rape.
right. I want to say she did this video right before she came back to Atlanta. Right before she met them in Atlanta. I
Mm.
want to say she did a video, and this is when she had been drinking. And she was talking about how, he promised her she would be chiefess, and he had got her pregnant, but he took it back because he wanted Malia more, and he wanted her to have a baby first. And it was a lot of like, what about me? You know, I want you more. So I think that's how he got her to come back to Carbonation. But she was still in love with Solar at the time because even during the phone call, she was still talking about she wanted Solar now. I think because she couldn't get what she wanted from being with Nature Boy, her heart was still with Solar.
But can I ask you ladies a question?
I wouldn't have wanted none of them dirty
I happen
creeps.
to be watching
None,
um
none of it.
I can't believe who channel I was watching. Maybe it was Lemons or Pizza. I can't remember who in the B sector. But they did say that um somebody, I think it was Snoop, Lady Snoop, She said she had spoke to Solar, she had spoke to like Nature Boy, she spoke to like a lot of them during the time of the filming and shit back in the day. And she said that a lot of the times that the shit was scripted. Like he was telling them what to do for the film, what to do for the camera, what to do for. So do y'all believe that any of that was like scripted? Do y'all believe it was just off the whim, or like I literally just heard that today that
Yeah,
some of
I
that
do
shit was
believe, you
scripted.
know how like he had them standing at attention and when he come in the room they had to bow, or when they leave
Yeah,
he had to bow, and
They had to
yeah,
walk
um
backwards out the room, bowing.
yeah, I believe all of that, like some of that stuff that he was doing with them when he would put that shoe polish on his face and all of that. I believe all of that might have been scripted, but
All of it
I do
was.
believe the abuse and the mistreatment still happened. I believe it
right.
was more severe when the camera was off.
Yeah,
The bruises was there. I got pictures of Eligio or
Because we all know
with
that once
bruises.
he got on American soil, the laws are very strict here on American soil than it was when he was over there in them other countries. There's probably not even a law that exists. So,
On beating his
hmm,
wife.
no,
huh?
I'm just saying, we know in South America, there's not too many laws for women, and they certainly don't care much for Americans. That's all I'm saying. And I'm
Yeah,
saying for those reasons is why he was able to get away with a lot of the stuff that he was doing.
yeah, you
But
might be
once he
right.
got here on American soil, we know that there's laws that are going to be stand on. Just they're going to stand on. Especially when you down there in them red states.
Well, I'm from the east side of
Hmm.
Detroit, where we get to you if you put your hands on us. You understand? We get to you.
Cause I know whether I called my family or not, if they was aware of any guy mistreating me, they was coming to handle their business. So
Absolutely,
that's it in a
absolutely,
nutshell.
absolutely. When her dad was pleading with her to come back, and he was talking shit to her dad, that just burned my ass.
Oh, I'm telling you, all Pop Marquez wanted to do was get him right. And Pop Marquez spoke it, he spoke it in existence. He said, when you come over here on American soil, you going to jail. Uh,
You
you gonna
going
go
to
to jail.
jail.
And
That's
what
how you
happened when he
do it.
got on
You
American
going
soil?
to jail.
Got arrested,
Hmm.
You going to jail.
and now he's in there for life, locked up, and can't
R.I.P. Pop
get out,
Marquez.
and can't get out, locked up.
Cause I've been
You
And
watching.
going
So
to
y'all doing a
jail.
review on Hulu or on the Hood Horrors?
I have not watched the Hood Horrors, but who is the channel holder, or do I just look up Hood
Just
Horrors?
go
Good
to Hood
Lord.
Horrors. Just
And
go
it's
to
like
Hood Horrors.
about 50,
It's like
it's
50
about
parts.
50 episodes.
What? 50?
It's a lot.
Oh
Girl,
God,
And
yes.
that
it's
would take me
more
It
in
forever
covers
to
depth.
from the
watch.
beginning. It covers from the beginning to the end. It's like
Hmm.
50 parts. And they all about an hour or something long.
To where they go back to his first, they talk about the first baby mom. They talk a little bit about his upbringing. So the
The
Hood Horrors is
barbershop,
a
That's a
lot
everything.
in
lot. That would take me forever to finish. Oh, doc. Ooh,
it's
Yeah.
more in
It's one
depth.
of those things you just turn it on and don't change the channel.
child. I don't know if I can watch 50 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah.
What did you say? I don't know. But I tell
But
people
it's a
because
lot on the earlier time.
it is definitely in depth, and um it does it's not sugar coated, and it shows a lot of his own real words. So nobody can alter, nobody is, doing any of that funny business because these are all his words. These
And
are
what's the
all
name of the
Nathan
what's the
boys.
name of the channel?
Blood Wars.
Okay, okay. I'll check it out.
Um, so I seen a little bit of that Hulu, and when I said, "Oh no, this is real whitewash," this is oh crap. I said they got this stuff all messed up, all jumbled. They don't even got the characters right. They ain't even starting at the beginning of it.
But I think that's also because of some of the people who's in there who wasn't telling everything. That's the
Okay.
only reason why they wouldn't have everything.
Yeah. And I think because a lot of people probably are still trying to process, like, how was I a part of this? Because I even seen one of the girls that was with Nature Boy on Baddies Africa. Remember the African girl? Remember the African girl that was there?
Uh-huh.
You talking about
She
Ra?
was on Baddies in Africa.
You talking about Rajini Ra?
Yeah, she was on Baddies in Africa.
Oh wow. Well,
Yep.
she had a bad attitude in America. So
Anyway, yep.
Wow. Well, I
You
definitely
see
check it
what I'm
out. I don't know.
saying?
I can't promise that I'll watch all 60, 11, 100 episodes, but
So you do kind of wonder if these people were mere D-list actors or what? Because
hmm
where did you find these people that was so easily persuaded?
and that's what I heard. That some of the shows or some of the videos or whatever, it was like set up like do this, do that, do that. For commentary, for cash apps and super chats, and
Yeah.
he was all
Well, he
about the
really
money. He
got
was all
it.
about the money.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely about his coin. And a lot of them young boys, I believe he got because he promised them a music career. Because as we know, Pice is talented. Pice was one of the most talented rappers there.
I don't even
Remember,
think
Tron
Price
was
is
always
recording
about
anymore.
music.
Price joined the military. I don't even think he doing
Yep.
anything anymore.
Pice joined the military, but I'm just saying they were talented.
Yeah.
Pice
I'm
was
I'm saying I don't
talented.
even think he's doing music anymore.
Caliber was talented. Tron was
Yeah.
talented. Like a couple of them was talented. And remember, put out that bull crap CD.
hmm
Remember, put out that bull crap CD.
I knew
And
you
remember,
like your living
and remember
better
the
than
little young boy Pice.
that. You remember when he used to sing that song everywhere he went?
Like he was just something else, man. It was just a lot. It
hmm
was definitely a lot. And I came across him on a mistake.
That's how a lot of people came up. Hey,
I
me?
came across
A
him
lot
on
of us
a
came across him on
mistake.
mistake, honey. We
Yes.
was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yes, I was. I'm like, what's this? And that's the same thing. I used to think like this got to be scripted. Remember when he slapped Loyal in the face? I ain't want no goddamn
hmm
strawberry. Remember?
Yep.
And then remember he had Loyal sleeping outside the door? Like, I don't and remember Jax?
And
Jax,
you
I
thinking like,
definitely thought,
how these men gonna let him just treat him like that? And they did.
yeah, they did. They went right for it. Remember he had Tron sleeping in that closet?
Yeah, all of them in the closet.
Yeah,
Up
they
in
was
the
all in the
closet.
closet at one point in
Trapped in
time.
the closet. He didn't R. Kelly them. No.
Girl, yeah.
I feel like he's a combination of R. Kelly and Diddy.
And then when he first got to jail, remember Zoka and was it Afro or Aya? Which two tried to give him contraband in it with the drone? Remember they tried to get him a cell phone, weed, what they tried to I forgot what else they was trying to get him.
I'm not
I
sure.
know I know it was Zoka and Afro
Do
and
you remember that Cisco? I don't remember that.
What is it? What
yeah,
you
that's
say?
when he got arrested in DeKalb County.
What happened?
Cause
I
they
mean,
got arrested. Remember they was trying to fly the drone and get them contraband cigarettes.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
they
that
said it
was
was
Emerald.
cigarettes, marijuana, a
Yeah,
phone,
that was Emerald, and it fell in front of the police.
and it fell. Yup. And then they said, remember when he came on video? They showed that video. He had them young guys all standing at attention in the jail.
uh,
Talk about these is my new soldiers. Boy, if you don't go sit down somewhere, just wait till you
they
get to the
stupid.
penitentiary.
They was stupid.
Just wait till you get to the penitentiary.
Well, he definitely there now for life.
Yeah, they already stabbed him up.
What?
Yeah, he had already got stabbed once.
He got
Wow.
Well,
stabbed
not
9
one time. I
times.
think they said he
He
got
said he
stabbed
got,
a couple times.
he said he got
Mm-mm-mm.
stabbed 9 times.
Really?
Yeah,
Not like I'm feeling sorry
yeah.
for the nigga, but I'm just saying.
Then he was trying to
Well,
act like he was Muslim. They was on video trying to act like they was Muslim. I say,
you
yeah, them
remember they
Muslims gonna
changed
have
their
something
beliefs
for
a
you, cuz.
thousand times.
Didn't they?
They changed it, and the Muslims didn't want nothing to do with them.
And you can't be playing with them Muslims like that in them prisons. You know, them Muslims run them
Yeah.
prisons.
Taylor,
Oh
that's
yeah,
how I
yeah.
feel.
You would get yourself in a lot of trouble messing with them Muslims. Them Muslims run them prisons.
Hold
Yep.
on.
Taylor,
Uh,
like, damn. That's exactly how I feel, Taylor. Like, what?
sis, hold on. Let me. This the song I'm about to. Hold on. Let me share. Try to share my
Remember
screen.
Musa in my tent?
Can you see it? Can you see it? Sis, can you
What am I looking for?
see my screen?
Sure. Let me put my
My
other
the
computer
screen
on.
I'm sharing. Can you see it?
'Cause I'm on my
Can you
phone.
see it?
What is it?
My the Nature Boy song. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, just like 5 seconds of it.
Is it on your channel?
It's on YouTube.
Mm. It
It's
ain't
like in my
copyrighted,
tent.
is it?
I don't think so, but can't you play like 3 seconds of it
Girl, I don't play shit if I
if you're
ain't
not trying to get money?
if I'm not absolutely certain.
Oh, it's his song. It ain't it's his song. He wrote it and whatever. It don't have to be. I was just trying to show you the one that I was talking about. But it ain't important.
Girl, you know I don't play. I
I
don't
ain't
really
getting nothing
play
off of it.
people's. I really don't play people's theme songs or even though he in
Okay.
jail.
But anyway, that was the song. I just wanted to, you know what? I can send it to you. I can text it to you. Or I can inbox it to you. That's what I do. So you can
Okay,
hear and know what I was talking about.
okay, yeah, because I don't normally pay
You know
other
what I'm
people's shit
saying?
unless it's like the news or something like that.
Yeah. Here, let me.
Even though he locked up, shit, ain't no telling what that motherfucker might still be.
Right?
He could be still be striking
Because I'm
channels
going
to
to
this
tell you
day.
what. I believe
Hold
some
on.
of them
I'm about
content
to.
creators was working for Nature Boy.
Exactly.
I believe a lot of
You
them was
think
working
so?
right from like the T. I believe the T was working for Nature Boy. I believe what's that other girl that used to play his content all the time? Um, but for sure, I believe the T was working for him.
Girl, no.
And I believe a few of them. I believe a few of them on Bigo was working for him.
The T, I don't think so. 'Cause she was too invested in him going to prison.
I don't
Uh-uh.
know.
She was too invested. She would play the pivotal part of him getting locked up.
Yeah, but why would she then hide? Then why would she hide Janae's video when Janae was saying they made love? You know, Janae went to her channel to do the first interview, and then she
Because,
hid Janae's interview.
yeah, because it made Janae look bad.
No, she hid the video. Once Janae did it, I think she hid the video. I just believe, and then some of the earlier content was
He hid it
always in.
because it made Janae look bad. That would have been like evidence they could have used to prove him innocent. That's why she hid it. She
And
don't want
then she
nothing that
used to
would
play
help.
the early content. To me, she used to play the earlier content that made him look favorable. Like when remember when Malia, they were saying Malia was acting funny, and he was saying they was on the balcony, and he was like, "You could go right now. Yeah, come get her. She don't want to be here, y'all. Come get her ass." Like he was, and she was like, "No, I don't want to leave," and all this. And I just believe some of her content was like more favorable to Nature Boy. In my perspective,
I don't, we have
you
to
don't think so?
we have to agree to disagree on that one, sweetie. Because I just think everything she played made him share him in a very negative light. I don't. It showed who he was from every
Now,
angle.
now
It,
I do. When she did expose the Velvet thing, I do like how she did on for Velvet. I do agree with how she did on for Velvet. How she kept running the picture where he was out there and had them circling Velvet. Remember, he had them circling when he had them fighting down there.
yeah,
Remember, they was by the bench. Yeah.
yeah. I
And
remember.
he made them
And
take her baby out of her arms.
Mm-hmm. And then he had them sitting. Malia Velvet bit a chunk out of Malia's titty,
But the crazy
and
part
he
was how none of the guys and nobody stood up for her.
stopped it. Nope.
Nobody.
they were all scared
And then he made Malia white. Uh, made a Malia apologize to Velvet and
and
all
kiss
that
her
crazy
feet.
shit, and kiss her feet. He just degraded them
Just
women,
crazy.
and I believe he had Aya on the host stroll.
Now who was
How
I?
you in what?
Yup, because they was already doing that life.
When he kicked them out and had them in their little cave. That's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
a hotel. He had them living in the cave.
And then he had all them explicit photos of them at that waterfall and stuff. He was just a disgusting guy. And I believe that's why a lot of those women obeyed what he had them doing, because he had some compromising stuff of them.
And that's how it be in the entertainment industry, you know. With all these
Yeah, he
people who
had.
be coming out and all these people like the Diddies and all them. They be always having
Hmm.
compromising videos, pictures to make people not, do anything against them.
Yeah, he had all them explicit photos of them over at that waterfall. Then was doing that Twitter. You know what the Twitter was about over there.
Hmm.
He was just, to
I'm
me.
gonna run, y'all. I love y'all. I gotta go because I'm getting
Nice
so.
talking to you. I will be
Nice
there on
talking to you,
Friday.
baby.
Love you,
All
baby.
right.
I'll talk
I
to
Yes,
you
love
soon.
y'all.
baby.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and support this channel. Cash App is $. Matter of fact, I'll put it in the. I'm going to put it in the dollar sign. Don't forget to support my sis, all of the affiliated channels.
Well, thanks. Nice talking to y'all, Hood. I'm always thankful to and coming up, and I always do enjoy the conversation. But I will be there on Friday. You
Take good
ladies have a
care.
good night.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I just did drop Sislo's channel as well. So if
Okay.
people can go over there and support her channel as well, because for episode 4, the finale, we will be over there on Sislo's channel. And she's going to discuss things that were not seen or heard in the documentary. Hey, Sincere, how you doing? Hey, girl, hey. Yes, yes. So this is coming to the conclusion of season 1. I think it's only going to be one season on Hulu, but episode 3 of the Nature Boys saga. And for episode 4, we will be back over on Sislo's channel. I did drop her link. So you guys make sure you support her over there as well. Sislo and I have been supporters of each other for many, many moons, okay? But yeah, some of y'all who've been wondering where the fuck I've been, child, I've been over here. Now, a couple of weeks or a few months ago, I told you I was making new different things was going on with my life, including family wise, career wise, all that type of stuff, social lives. And so it's been a lot of stuff going on top of planning for my grandson's 5th birthday party. I've been posting shit about that. And then just, different things with my family and friends that's going on. A lot of just different things going on. So I haven't been on here a whole lot, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. Your girl pops out every now and then with some trending news, YouTube news, B-sector news, whatever. But also stay tuned, because the last few videos that I posted was pertaining to Riggs and I and our season 3 premiere and different things that we're planning on doing for our supporters, for our day ones. I'm talking about giving back. Giving back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, a lot of supporters, a lot of content creators on here, they be on here, they sucking you dry. They sucking you dry. They want all your cash ups. They want all your money. They want all your super chats. They want all, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, content creators, we just expect, a little token of appreciation. But it's always nice for the content creators to give back, to give back to their subscribers. So that's what Riggs and I are planning to do for season 3 opener. And if y'all been checking out the last few of my videos, I've been making like t-shirts over here, coffee mugs, tumblers. We got all kind of shit. Cash out. We gonna have a party when season 3 premieres. Okay. So if you know that you've been a supporter from the block to the hood table, especially from day one, like our day one, our riders, you know what I'm saying? Definitely you don't want to miss out, okay? Because we are giving back season 3 premiere, okay? So on that note, make sure you like and share the video, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you're also subscribed to Big Rigs on the Block. We will be on here in about a month on my channel for season 3 premiere of From the Block to the Hood Table. But in the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.